of standard 8 biology subject, right? The name of the chapter is the air and water pollution, right? So in the previous lectures we have discussed about air pollution, how it created, then what are the diseases which are caused due to air pollution, and we have discussed about various gases which creates pollution in air. So let's recall, air pollution is nothing but the adding of substances which are harmful to both living and non-living in the air, right? And these substances are called air pollutants. Generally, air is getting polluted due to increase of various harmful substances. Okay, say for example, the oxides of sulfur, nitrogen, carbon monoxide, etc. This may add into the air because of exhaust from factories, exhaust from vehicles, etc. Then we have discussed about the beauty of Taj. The Taj is getting polluted day by day, and the beauty of Taj is getting decreased. It is because near Agra, near Taj Mahal, there were so many industries, and particularly the Mathura oil refinery is polluting a lot into the region, right? So what government has decided? Government has decided to ban or to stop the production of all these factories, and they told that the clean fuel like CNG and LPG is used in these factories, or we can use the unleaded petrol in the vehicles. By doing this, we can reduce the air pollution, right? Then we have studied about the global warming. Global warming is nothing but the temperature over the world increases day by day. This is because of various gases, that is, we can say greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane, etc. As these gases increases in the atmosphere, carbon dioxide have capacity to trap the heat rays of the sun, and due to that the temperature increases, and this is known as global warming. Now the question is, what we can do to reduce the air pollution or to reduce this global warming? So for that we have to discuss many things. Let's discuss it. What can be done to reduce the air pollution? So we can say that instead of using petrol, diesel, we can use the clean fuels as CNG and LPG, right? So if we switch over from petrol, diesel to CNG and LPG, then it is useful for us. We know that Delhi was one of the most polluted city, right? But the government of Delhi has decided to use CNG in the vehicles, and after some years it can be changed into less polluted city. Why? Because CNG is one clean fuel we can, right? Instead of using leaded petrol and diesel, we can use unleaded petrol. Okay, this will also create less pollution into the atmosphere, right? Then we know that we are burning crackers in Diwali. So we can do this thing that we can say no to crackers, or you can do like that. You can use less amount of crackers, you can burn less amount of crackers. What happens to this? If you use less amount of crackers, or if you burn less amount of crackers, if each individual will burn less amount of crackers, then there would be less amount of pollution near Diwali, right? So we can do this as an individual, right? Then the quality of air at various locations must be monitored by the government and other agencies. If we monitor the quality of air, means as the air is getting polluted day by day. So if this quality is monitored by the government agencies, okay, or other agencies, then it is good for us. At particular location, if government is continuously monitoring the quality of air, if it decreases, they must have to ban something or they must give us some rules, right? So if this will happen, okay, then it is good for us, right? Then next is we should switch to alternative fuels. We have to switch over to use the alternative fuels. Now you may ask that, ma'am, what do you mean by alternative fuels? So we can say that instead of using petrol, diesel or any other fossil fuels, right, we can use the solar energy, the hydroelectrical energy, right, the wind energy. So these are known as alternative fuels. So these alternative fuels do not pollute anything. We know that we are getting the solar energy from sun and it is not creating pollution in the environment. As well as we get wind energy by blowing wind and water energy by building the dams. This water will flow from the height and the turbine will rotate and we can generate the electricity. So by using these alternative fuels, we can also reduce the air pollution. Then the next is we should plant more and more trees. As we all know, we must have to plant various trees, many trees, as many as we can. Okay, this can be done, okay, awareness programs can be done by the students of school to aware the people about planting and growing more and more trees. Van Mahotsav is an example where we celebrate 1 week of July by planting and growing so many trees in places. So we can aware the people about Van Mahotsav, or we can grow many trees at different times like our birthdays or like any special days in our families, right? So we can do all these things to reduce the air pollution. Now let's move towards our next topic, that is water pollution. As I told you, the name of the chapter is pollution of water and air. So first we have discussed about air pollution. Now let's discuss about water pollution. As we all know, water is very much important in all living organisms. We all living organisms are made, okay, from water. We have water in our body, right? And water is most important in our life. Okay, you studied about water as a precious resource in the last class, that is in 7. You studied what is the importance of water. We know that we use water for various purposes like cooking, then yes, drinking, washing utensils, washing clothes, recreation, cooling. Many things are possible with water, right? So water is the most important natural resource. But if water gets polluted, then it creates a harmful effect in the environment as well as on living and non-living things, right? So we can say that water is getting polluted by bathing in water or by cleaning the clothes or utensils in water. We know that in the village particularly, the people are generally washing their clothes near the river, right? Many factories are adding the polluted water into the river. So this will create the water pollution. Even the sewage of the whole city or town is getting mixed with this water or the natural resources of water like river, pond, lakes, etc. So this will create the pollution of water. This will spoil its quality and change its smell and color. What is the change? The quality of water is getting decreased by adding the pollutants of water, right? And it will change its smell and color of water by seeing or by feeling. Okay, by smelling the water we can easily judge whether the water is clean or water is dirty, right? So all this, washing of utensils, bathing, then adding the polluted water into rivers, all this will create the water pollution, and due to water pollution the quality, smell and color of water changes, right? Then the substances which pollute the water are called water pollutants. We all know that the addition of all these substances which are harmful, okay, and which changes the color, quality and smell of the water are known as water pollutants. As the pollutants which are added into the air and create the air pollution are known as air pollutants. Like that only, the pollutants or the substance which create the water pollution are known as water pollutants, right? Okay. So water becomes polluted due to addition of all these things. Say for example sewage, toxic chemicals from the factories and silt. Silt is nothing but the mixture of the pebbles and the soil, right? So if all these things are added into water, then water is getting polluted day by day. So this is about water pollution. Now in the next lecture we are going to study about the case study on river Ganga. As we have discussed the case study of Taj Mahal for air pollution, now we will discuss the case study of river Ganga. What our government has done to stop the pollution of river Ganga, that we will discuss in the next lecture. Till that, don't go outside, be at home, be safe. Thank you.
आभार।